watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping our list for you tonight, tensions were high at the Claiborne County Regional Planning Commission's meeting earlier today, with discussion about a cryptocurrency mining location. Now, crypto can be quite complicated, but you might compare it to when people bought property with gold, which is pretty scarce and has a relatively stable value. Cryptocurrency replaces the gold with a virtual token or coin mined, you might say, with computers solving complex math problems, limiting their availability. Now, a crypto mine then is a collection of powerful computers needing lots of electricity and fans to cool off the heat that they also create. Now, today, neighbors got a similar explanation and shared their concerns.
This isn't our backyard, and I don't want to be on my computer working and all of a sudden something happens. I'm concerned about that as well as everything else, environmental or animal.
One thing discussed during the meeting, the county does not have any zoning regulation. That's something community members have expressed to us before. They feel the mining operation popped up out of the blue, but the Planning Commission chair says they, as a body, could not stop it because the county has no zoning laws. Now, representative from the company, Exponential Digital, Scott Wade, spent close to an hour answering questions to try to ease concerns.
It was never, our intention to, try to slide around or be sneaky, and, that's why, I wanted to come here today to represent our company and to ensure that, we're not trying to avoid any laws or regulations of the county. We want to comply, we want to do what we need to do.
The community's power provider, Powell Valley Electric Cooperative, says worries about electric rates going up are unfounded because the revenue generated from the cryptocurrency mining operation will be used to postpone future rate increases for all ratepayers. Next on the Big 7, Governor Lee presented his latest budget proposal in last night's State of the State. The governor's $52.5 billion budget proposal includes more than $500 million for career and technical education grants. Now, the 2022-23 spending plan shows increases for law enforcement, education, state workers, roads, and more. He says there's still work to be done, but Tennessee is on the right track.
Every child doesn't yet have access to a high-quality education. Every neighborhood is not yet safe. Every family does not yet have opportunity. But what I know is this: every single member of the Tennessee General Assembly, every court justice, every constitutional officer, and this governor knows that if anybody can do it, Tennessee can.
The budget proposal still needs ultimate approval from the Republican-dominant General Assembly, and for a full list of all of the budget priorities outlined in the governor's speech, just go to WATE.com. Let's take a look at Knox County Schools COVID dashboard. As of today, there are a total of 247 active cases in the district. That's 190 student cases, 57 staff. That is up from 194 total reported cases yesterday. NUT Medical Center also updated its COVID-19 data. There are currently 180 COVID-19 hospitalizations at the facility. And as you can see from the 30-day trend bar graph, we're seeing a continual increase in cases over the last month. Now, we should note 77% of those patients are not fully vaccinated. And there is some good news from Covenant Health. At noon today, they reported a decline in COVID-19 hospitalizations. Yesterday there were 315 confirmed cases, but today there are 5 less. Now, 61% of those patients are unvaccinated. Next here on the Big 7, today officially kicked off Black History Month, and the Knoxville Fire Department started celebrating today with a tweet. They are remembering William F. Yardley, the second assistant chief of Knoxville's first fire department back in 1976. He was also the first African-American lawyer to take a case to the Tennessee Supreme Court and the first to run for governor. Born in Knox County to a white mother and black father in 1844, he was left on the doorstep of the white Yardley family who would adopt him. When Yardley started studying law in the late 1860s, he became the first African-American in Knoxville to be admitted into the state bar. A state historical marker honoring Yardley was placed at the intersection of Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue and Dandridge Avenue. However, due to construction, the Yardley marker has been removed, according to the Beck Cultural Exchange Center. Be sure to join us on Thursday, February 17th, as we are honoring Black History. Our special, by the way, airs at 7:30. You'll see it right here on WATE. We do have some sad news for the next story on our list. The Scott County Sheriff's Office mourning the loss of an SRO deputy. Sheriff Ronnie Phillips tells us 33-year-old April Duncan died at her home yesterday afternoon. This happened after a reported 911 call was made. Her cause of death has not been released, but the TBI is now investigating what led to her death. Meanwhile, the Sheriff's Office is remembering Duncan's career. Duncan started out with the State Department of Corrections in 2015 before serving with the Scott County Sheriff's Office in April of 2019. Last August, she started as a school resource officer serving the Scott County School District. Next on the Big 7, a Tennessee lawmaker sponsoring legislation named after Cylde Daniels. You likely remember the 5-year-old went missing in 2018. His disappearance launching weeks and weeks of searches. His father, Joseph Daniels, convicted last year after he told police he had beaten his son to death for urinating on the floor of the family home. His body has never been recovered. Now State Senator Kerry Roberts is proposing the Cylde Daniels Act. The bill would require the Board of Parole to consider the extent to which the offender obstructed or continues to obstruct the ability of law enforcement to recover the remains of the victim as a factor when someone convicted of homicide seeks parole. If passed, the law would go into effect on July 1st, 2022. In our next Big 7 story, the 6th birthday of missing Summer Wells celebrated today at Borden Park in Kingsport. Her birthday celebration was also a vigil with candles lit in her honor. Summer will turn 6 years old on Friday, February 4th. She was last seen at her home on Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County 7.5 months ago. Now, her mother, Candace Bly, reported the 5-year-old girl missing after watching her return inside the house after planting flowers with Bly and Summer's grandmother. Bly reportedly told Summer's brothers to look after her, but within 2 minutes, Summer was gone. Anyone with information regarding Wells' whereabouts is urged to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. And rounding up the Big 7 for you tonight, one special Knoxvillian just turned 100 years young. Fouad Michoud was born and raised in Baghdad, Iraq. He has called the U.S. home for more than 40 years. And as a teen, he quickly had to step up to the role of head of the household when his father passed away. His family says it was Michoud who worked to get his entire family through school and the U.S. Michoud and his son talked about his love for the country that he has called home since arriving in 1978.
Americans, the highest people in the world. They love people. They are not jealous.
And that's why, he keeps saying, he loved America, he loved American people, because really they helped him.
At Michoud's birthday party this weekend, he was even given a U.S. flag that was flown over the state capitol on his birthday.